And that's inside. He'll walk Denny Cruz. So 2 on Greyhounds. And Kramerich comes to the fourth, 52. 33 hits off 73 out. And that'll be a single in there. Bases loaded for the Greyhounds with no outs on top of the third. Now batting for the Greyhounds, number 12, Andrew Morrow. Be a hit for Andrew Morrow. Bounces into the wall. Keyshawn field, but the Greyhounds are out a couple runs here. Now batting number 8, Sean Moore. And that'll be Jared Cole's day. Who's that coming in? Pitching change for the Scotties. We'll take it. Hano. And welcome back to Somerset Park in Sabetha. I'm Liam Nevin. Joining me in doing the play-by-play today is our athletic director for Highland, Tyler Nordman. Tyler.
All right, thank you, Liam. Yeah, it's good to be here.
We got pitch change for the Scotties. Hunter Idle's now pitching.
He started 1 for the Scotties this season. He's pitched 10 in 2 things, given up 16 hits, 13 runs, and he's walked 6 with 6 strikeouts this season. Greyhounds have runners at second and third. No No outs. Scotties lead 5-4 after a big bottom of the second inning for the Scotties, giving them the lead. No outs on the scoreboard. 3-0 count for Idle.
Batting's Sean Moore for the Greyhounds. So strike in there. Sean's batting .386 this season so far. 27 hits off 70 at-bats.
And that one misses just high. Idle walks his first batter. Waterbury, the batter for the Greyhounds. On the season this year for Quinn. Idle's pitch is inside, ball one. Bases loaded for the Hounds, no outs. Scottie still hold the lead 5-4. Again, Brady Miller had a big 3, giving Highland a 4 lead. And they're back ready to play. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, bases loaded. Top of the third inning here in 2 from Somerset Park. That one's fouled back.
Score press box.
One count to Waterbury. Has a 441 on base percentage. Again, if you missed game 1, Scotties took it in extra innings. Brady Miller with a walk-off single to defeat the Greyhounds 6-5 in game 1. That ball's hit to Brian Taylor at second base. He fires it over to Nagel for out number 1.
The
Hounds do score.
Yeah, they'll tie it up. 5-5. It's a familiar score. It's what it was for the majority of game 1.
Now batting for the...
Oh. I got excited and I forgot to announce the name.
Guys this season, 7 walks. 7 times. Hunter Idle, the pitcher for the Scotland, Kansas native. Game tied at 5 apiece. Idle comes set. And he steps off. Nagel's played in 24 games this year. He's batting .258. He's had a day today. Coach Heidi Jordan in her 13th season. Will Baker at the plate for the Hounds, batting .434 on the year.
Straight down the middle, right up to Tony Nichols, who makes the play. Out number 1 for the
center field today.
He really has. And now batting for the Greyhounds, number 9, Danny Cruz.
Danny Cruz, batting .391 this season. 8. Schedule was 7 innings. That'll hold this one back to just a 7-inning ball game. No strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the hitter by following at HCC Park, winning game 1 8-4. And game 2
was
9-5. Thank you. Brady Miller will lead it off for Highland.
Now batting for the Scotties, number 7, Brady Miller.
Brady Miller, sophomore third baseman for the Scotties. Had a walk-off single in game 1 to win it in the bottom of the 8th inning for Highland.
Comes up here with 1 out, 1 runner on, and Tony Nichols.
His first at bat was a 3 RBI double in the bottom of the second inning. That's strike one.
And our new pitcher, Kirby Schmidt, he has a 2-0 record on the season. Has 9 saves, 23 in the third innings pitched.
Nichols over to second base and in scoring position.
Let's see if Mitch can bring Tony in on home here.
Scotties have runners on the corners, tie ball game. Pitch from Schmidt, that's outside. Sure if Jeff and Trish are watching. It's Monday morning. You should probably be heading into work here too long, I'd assume.
That's right.
Austin shows bunt, and that's going to be strike one. Jeff, we miss you. Jeff Austin, father of Mitchell, had an opportunity to States, his first time ever to come to the States and watch Mitch play for a couple weeks. That was very special to see.
Luckily for Jeff, he showed up snowing.
Jeff brought the good weather all the way from Australia.
Yes. He did.
I know Heather is working. Hello to you guys. And everybody else that's watching the stream today. Again, we are playing at a neutral here in Sabetha, Kansas, about 40 minutes down the 36 and north a few miles. The field back in Highland was a little too wet, a little too damp to get on today. Austin lays down a bunt.
That's a good bunt by Mitch. He scores. Tony Nichols and
6 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
right to side, ball 1. White's had a pretty good day. He had a couple singles up the center in game 1. He leads the team in 30 out of his 71 at-bats. It's good for a 423 average.
48 degrees here on this Sunday afternoon. Back fouls that one off over the Fort Scott dugout. The fans that came out today packed their blankets in preparation home in Scottie Park.
There was a couple good wins, too.
Went to Wyatt, 2 outs.
I know the softball, they're trailing at one stage in the first game.
The Scotties kind of locked in and got it done there in game 1. Kind of held the lead, 9-5.
White swings, misses, strikes out. That'll end the inning. Scotties takes the inning, and we'll take a break here, guys, and we'll be back in the Scottie Sports Network.
Welcome back. Andrew Morrow going to lead it off here. Freshman first baseman. Batting still on the bump for the Scotties. Highland took back the lead there in the bottom of the 4th. Liam scoring 2 runs. Austin. Scotties up on the 7-6 now. 4th lead change this game here.
That's right.
This is a 7-inning ball game. Scotties took that one after a walk-off single by Brady Miller. Hard hit ball. Miller's there for the catch. Out number 1.
It's a nice catch there by Brady. Now batting number Sean Moore.
Sean Moore, the batter for the Greyhounds, batting .386 on the year, 16 RBIs, 3 home runs.
Pick that one out of the air.
A really hard Today, the internet has been very in and out and weak on us today, but Mason Nagel leading it off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Scotties have the lead 7-6 over the Fort Scott Greyhounds. That's a high fly ball. Second baseman's going to find himself underneath it. Out number 1. There have been 4 lead changes in this game.
Now batting for the Scotties, number 2, Brian Taylor.
Fort Scott struck early, scoring 2 in the top of the 2nd. Highland answered with a 5-run bottom of the 2nd inning after a Brady Miller 3 RBI double. Mitch Austin also had an RBI in the 2nd inning there. Fort Scott came out and answered in the top of the 3rd, scoring 4 runs of their own, taking a 6-5 lead. Scotties were not able to answer in the bottom. Scotties have held the Greyhounds scoreless the 4th and the 5th, and then the out RBI by Keyshawn Brown, giving the 7-6 lead over the Greyhounds. Scotties took walk-off single, scoring the final run, game 1, over the 18th ranked Greyhounds.
On the year, has 10 hits off of his 9 at-bats.
Beautiful ballpark out here in Sabetha, Somerset Park.
Right, the infield is turf, the outfield is grass.
Appreciate the staff and the owner here letting us get out here on this Sunday after all the rain we've received in Highland. For 2 p.m. this coming Tuesday at Highland Ballpark.
And we'll just hope the field dries out.
Scottie softball today got the sweep over the end.
Doing really well. Doing really well.
The direction of head coach Heidi Jordan led the Scotties to a conference championship.
Got walked there, but took it for a strike.
Base when the umpire rung him up. Out 2.
Now batting for the Scotties, number 14, Josh Gruber.
For the Scotties, of course, we have to go extra. But then it's just free baseball, Liam. Well, fouls that one off. Stayed out in Kentucky, Division 1.
The second time he's been hit too.
Second time.
Jake Hansen.
Took that one to the calf muscle. Looked like the left calf baseline, and Coach Gormy says he's okay.
Think he'll be fine.
Strike 1.
The Scotties today done a lot of damage with first game, they had a 2-out home run for Mason. 4-1, 1-1. Josh Gruber on first. He came in for Kyle. And that was outside. Hansen swings and how's that off, sorry.
Here comes the pitch from Schmidt, and it's in the dirt.
Full count for Jake Hansen. Jake's played in every game the Scotties have played in this season. Batting .250, 22 hits off of his 88 at-bats. He's been struck out a tied team high, 23 times along with Keyshawn Brown. As he hits that one high, kind of shallow to the center field. The center fielder makes the catch. That'll end the inning. Scotties lead at 7-6. We'll head to top of 6 soon. You're watching the Scotties Tulips Network.
And welcome back here, Somerset Park, Sabetha, Kansas. Top of the 6th inning, Scotties lead 7-6 over the Greyhounds. Highland took game 1 in 8 innings with a walk-off single from Brady Miller. Hunter Idle, your pitcher. And that one's in there, ball 1.
Harrison Whitworth at the plate. He's batting .276 on the season. He has 8 hits from 29 at-bats. Fouls that one off there over the Greyhound dugout. Two and one count for Whitworth. Strike 2 on the outside corner. 2 and Whitworth hits.
Scott Zach White in the pen. Mitch Sloan at the plate, 400 on the season. No outs, runner at first. Highland leading 7-6. Scotty's looking for a ground ball here.
On 1 count. And the top of the 6th, Greyhounds have a run. Trey 7. Hunter Idle will get to it to play, but it advances the run of the. Now batting number 3, Ben McConnell.
This is a 7-inning game.
Damage done.
Idle gets this from catcher Grubaugh. Hard hit ball to Brian. Outs. Taylor handled that ball well. A hard hit ball there by McConnell.
It really was.
Will Baker this more. 46 hits this year. 29 RBIs, batting .434. 2 outs. Zach White warming up in the pen, Scotties. How about Stachys McLeod's performance in Game 1, Liam?
It was very good. He closed out well. And, you know, our offense came through as Coach Cox comes to the mound to talk to Hunter.
Stachys McLeod. The Hounds had 2 runners on in the 6th. No outs. McLeod gets out of it.
That's right.
And then they put another 2 runners on there in the 7th inning, and he finds his way out of that inning as well.
He dug deep. Whenever he had trouble, he'd get in there and make the right pitches, make the right plays, all that good stuff.
And that's going to do it for Hunter Idle today as Zach White comes in to replace him. While Zach warms up, we'll take a short break. You're watching Scotty Sports Network.
And he'll face Will Baker. Baker's batting .434 on the season, has 4,606 at-bats.
See if Highland can the field with that large beard of his.
Large beard and hair together.
Kind of looks like a mountain man out there pitching. And that one's hit to wide. He kind of bobbles it off his glove, gets to it. Out number 3.
There we go. Scotties escape with no.
All Zach White needed was 3 pitches. And welcome back. Keyshawn Brown leading it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Scotties. They have a 7-6 lead over the Greyhounds. Kobe Schmidt still on the mound. A hard hit ball to left center field by Brown. That one's going to drop in there. He's going to round first. He's going to head to 2. It's going to be a close one. He slides, but he's in there safe for a leadoff double from Keyshawn Brown here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That's right, and the Scotties now look to add to their lead. Now batting for the Scotties, number 1, Tony Nichols.
Tony Nichols had a single to shallow center field his last at bat. No outs. Tony Nichols, the sophomore center fielder. Shows Bunny, bunts it back to the pitcher. He's going to race to first. Throw by Schmidt is good, but he moves Brown over to third base. Nice sack bunt laid down by Nichols.
Now batting for the Scotties, number 7, Brady Miller.
He had a walk-off single, and
that's strike 1. Fouls that one back over the Greyhound dugout. If you're just joining us, Game 1 saw the Scotties win in extra innings 6-5 over the Greyhounds through a RBI single from Brady Miller that brought home Jake Hansen. As Brady Miller fouls that one off. Scotty softball had 2 wins today over the Independence Pirate style.
what was that?
Scotty softball had 2 wins over Independence today.
They did 8-4. They came back. They were down 4 early in the game. In Game 1, came back to defeat the Pirates 8-4, and then they took Game 2 9-5. The number 8th ranked Scotties under Heidi Jordan in her 13th year, cruising right along this season.
Yeah, they're playing really, really well.
They lost 13 sophomores last year. That's really tough to rebuild.
They still managed to keep pretty consistent in how they play.
They had they've returned 1 starter from last year, and that's the left fielder Mackenzie Garvin. And she's had a heck of a year.
He really has.
Kind of definitely stepped into that leadership role there for the Scotty softball team. 1-2 count to Miller. 1 out, runner on third. Highland leading 7-6 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This is a 7-inning game. And that's going to hit Miller. He's going to take the free base to first. Kobe with his 3rd hit bat.
Now batting for the Scotties, number 5, Mitch Austin.
And the shortstop, Mitchell Austin, from Sydney, Australia, comes to the plate. Catcher steps out, gives a sign to his infield, looking to double this one up and get the Hounds out of this inning. Runners on the corner. That ball is outside, ball one. Just outside the corner of the plate. And Isaiah Smith running the scoreboard next for us today. Highland cross country and he's in Texas.
And Mitch.
Hard hit to center field. He's going to get under it for the out.
And Keyshawn Brown will head home and score a run. It's another RBI for Mitch today. Scotties take an 8-6 lead.
Back fly giving Highland the 2-run lead now. 8-6 over the heads.
Now batting for the city, Wyatt Nowak.
With the wheels that Brown has on him, it didn't be a hard hit ball to score him from third with one out there.
All in there for Wyatt.
Wyatt wanted to swing at that one, but he held back. Ball one, ball two.
Bat barehanded.
In the dugout. I'm not exactly sure the reason, but he is a sophomore.
Runner on first.
Pitch from Schmidt. That one's outside. Ball four. Nowak takes his base.
Now batting for the Scotties, number 12, Mason Nagel. Mason's had a pretty big day today. He had a 2-run home run in the first game that gave the Scotties the lead, and here he's had a couple of good shots. He swings there, he hits it. Scotty Sports Network.
And well,
off for the Greyhounds, number 9, Danny Cruz.
Sorry to interrupt you there on your
You're
feed.
sorry, Tyler.
Headed inning here, top of the 7th. Game 2 is only a 7-inning game because Game 1 went into extra innings. 8. Statchis McLeod back in, trying to get save number 2. First pitch, ball 1. McLeod, the sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas. Threw 33 pitches in 2 innings of work there in Game 1. Allen's in there, strike 1. 1-1 count to Danny Cruz. Danny Cruz batting .391 on the year, has 43 hits, 37 RBIs, and 5 home runs. Cruz, 6 home runs. Cruz had a home run in Game 1.
Brian Taylor trying to make a play. Does well to get the out there. It's out 1.
By Brian Taylor to get back, cut up, and get it over to Nagel in time.
Now batting number 7, Brandon Conrich.
One out here in the top of the 7th. Scotties have a 10 lead. See if they can hold on to this. Scotties only won 11 of last season, so they have tied that now after Game 1 today. The pitch from McLeod outside, ball 1. 1-1 count, 1 out. Brandon batting 4th. Second best hitter on the Greyhound squad.
Pops that one up. Brian Taylor going under and makes the play. It's 2 outs for the Scotties. And they're 1 out away from taking Game 2 here.
Brian Taylor very vocal, making sure he called off Keyshawn Brown from right. He felt he was under that ball enough, and he made the play.
Now batting number 12, Andrew Morrow.
2 down. Scotties with a 2-run lead. Nobody on for the Hounds. Andrew Morrow up for the Greyhounds. 1 out away from taking 2 games from the number 18th ranked team in the nation.
They've just been very solid today, Tyler. Really have. Fielding-wise, haven't been many errors.
A nice pitch in there from McLeod, strike one. Yes, they have. They struggled early, letting the Hounds get on the board, but kind of settled in a little bit and have gone to work since. And McLeod's going to hit him. And he's going to walk Morrow.
Now batting number 8, Sean Moore.
Sean Moore, freshman infielder, batting .386 on the year, 27 hits, 70 at bats. Again, these stats we're reading off are prior to today's game, so those numbers have gone up. McLeod hits the batter, walks him to first. 2 outs. Scotties up 8-6 here in the final inning. Runner on first. McLeod came in and got the save for the Scotties in game 1.
He's looking to do the same here.
Battling back after getting runners on in both the 6th and the 7th innings last game. Found a way to hold them scoreless, and then Brady Miller came through with that big walk-off single there in the bottom of the 8th.
That's right. That's kind of been the theme for Statchis today is whenever he's been in trouble, he's pulled out of it.
Nice pitch inside there for strike.
1-1.
This would be 2 really good wins for the Scotties here, kind of at the midway point of the season.
Fouls it off 1-2.
Fouled back into Grubaugh. He kind of shakes that one off. And that pitch is going to be outside ball 2. Did he go? No, he checks. Home plate, checks with the field umpire and says he did check his swing. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Scotty's up by 2, runner at first. The pitch from McLeod. That one's popped up short center field. Nichols chasing in.
Won't be able to make the catch.
And that one dropped in there for a single.
Now batting number 17, Quinn Waterbury.
Runner from first was able to get all the way to third. That's going to put runners on the corners. Tying run is now on first. Go-ahead run is at the plate. Quinn Waterbury came into today batting .307, 88 at bats, 27 hits, 31 runs. Is the go-ahead run. The tying run is on first base. 2 outs.
Out for Quinn Waterbury. Scotty's looking to end the game right here.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch from McLeod. And that one's fouled back hard. And that is out. Number 3 and stat the Scave. Scotties win it 8-6 over the number 18th ranked Greyhounds. These are now 12-17 on the year. Their next game will be Tuesday at home. They're permitting against the Southeast Community College starting at 2 o'clock.
I mean, yeah. Ranked team in the nation. 2
really big wins over a very solid Fort Scott Greyhound team. With them really well placed. Kind of threw the schedule around a little bit, able to get the game in today here in Sabetha and walk away with 2 victories for the Scotties.
That's right. I mean, early on it was a big struggle in game 1 and in game, well, not in game 2. They struggled with getting the ball in play, but once they did, they started doing really well to bring boys home.
Let's go back to game 1, Liam, and And then it didn't stop there. Here in Game 2, hit a 3 RBI going for the Scotties. Run second inning for him.
That's right.
Early 5-2 lead. And then Stachys McLeod.
Stachys, he's pitched well all day. Like we said, whenever Bull had runners on, it was evident right there at the end of that inning, first and third. That's a big time to come in. He strikes the bat.
Well, a gloomy day here in Sabetha, but a very bright one for the Highlands, especially Coach Doolin getting his 12th win.
Preceded what they did last year. Had 11 wins last year. They've now got 12 this season. And a couple of wins here, these big wins, they can push forward and give themselves momentum throughout the rest of the year.
Again, as you alluded to earlier, a big confidence booster heading in here now to the second portion of the season. A lot of conference games coming up. They got a non-conference opponent in Southeast on Tuesday, but they get right back in it next Thursday and Saturday, back into conference play. So
that's right. Well, yeah, they've just got to take it game by game. Next game, Tuesday, use what they did today, and I think, like I said, confidence booster it is. They can just keep doing what they did today and move on forward.
Well, from Liam Nevin, Isaiah Smith on the camera and graphics, I'm Tyler Nordman. Again, thank you to Somerset Park staff and the owners here for letting us play. It's a great ballpark and play, especially even this morning. Nice turf infield and great facility, and it worked out really well.
It did. It worked out the way we wanted to.
All right, well, from Liam Nevin, Isaiah, thank you, and we will see you Tuesday, Highland Community Ballpark. Thanks for joining us. You have watched the